Hey all. I literally just want to say that as a woman or as women, we have so much more to offer than the traditional roles of cooking and cleaning and things like that. I think a lot of maybe old fashioned women and old fashioned men still probably think that, a woman's value is, found in the kitchen, can she cook, can she clean, how many children can she take on, that kind of thing. And like our value is like so much more than that. I think a lot of women really want to sell themselves, to men and say, oh, I can cook. Or even some men will ask, "Oh, can you cook?" and stuff like that. And it's just like, I'm not your mama. There is Deliveroo. But what I'm saying is that I'm not saying it's a bad thing to be able to cook. Obviously, like, it's a good thing, like it's a plus. Everybody wants to eat good, healthy food, save a buck as well, so you're not giving it all to Deliveroo. And just that kind of, what's gone in it, blah, blah, blah. But what I'm saying is your value is so much more than that. I think a lot of traditional women, I was talking to an old lady, she's probably, about like, 55 or something. And, she was like, talking about like cooking and stuff like that, and how, she doesn't, appreciate, bish bash bosh cooking, that kind of 10 minutes in the pan kind of thing, that's not real cooking. How real cooking is something that takes like hours. You've got to cook that stew for like 3 hours. You've got to be slaving in the kitchen all day for hours to be considered like as a good, decent meal, for it to be appreciated, for you to be valued in the home. It needs to be some 3-4 hour meal. And I'm like, nah. Times have moved on, and our value is so much more than the amount of hours that we spend in the kitchen. I think our value can be found when you're able to do that in addition to the things that you can currently do. It's not your sole value because you cook a stew. It sounds crazy to me. But, she was actually like, yeah, how, when she cooks, it takes about 5 hours kind of thing. Like other people are going to see her as a valuable person because she spends, 5 hours in the kitchen, as opposed to somebody who just, put some rice in the rice cooker, boil some eggs in the egg boiler, whatever it is, bish bash bosh cooking. And I think in this day and age we've really got to be able to use our time wisely, with balancing, work, making money, looking after kids, cleaning, cooking, that kind of thing. Like, we only have so many hours in the day to be spending 4 hours in the kitchen. I mean, like, I don't see how that sums up your value. You know what I mean? I feel personally that is such a small, such a small portion of a woman's value that it cannot be taken away from her, even if she can't cook. That's what I'm saying. I mean, me personally, I can cook anyway, so I'm not just trying to, I'm not just trying to say, all of us that can't cook kind of thing. But a few people have said to me before, like, you don't look like you cook, or you don't look like you can cook kind of thing. And I'm like, what is that supposed to mean? Like, is that a compliment or an insult? Like, what is this whole kind of placing value on somebody being able to cook? Like, how much money is that making? That, your woman can cook. How much money is that making for her and for the household? Ultimately, that's what it boils down to. I've got a family member married to somebody who does not cook at all, like for nothing. And they're happily married. Like, they've been married for like so many years, and like he just knows that this is what it is. Like, my woman can't cook, and that's fine by me. Like, I love her just the same. She does, everything else. They have kids, they have pets. She's got a really, really good job, etc. And, she holds it down. So it's like the cooking thing is like so minor. Like, for you to like disregard somebody because they can't cook a pot of stew, like, dude, like, this is 2020.